All right, people. What's happening? What's going on? Number one show for Bama football news. I know the home location. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. For those of you waiting on the city background to come back, it's coming back. It's making a return. We're getting it made, getting it modified, getting it stitched up to your liking. But we're bringing the background back. Don't worry. Don't get upset. The background's coming back very, very soon. But what I want you to do right now is go crazy in the comment section. We're taking your comments tonight. We're reading your comments, getting your thoughts. We're continuing to go through Bama spring practice. A-Day is next week. That is Saturday, April 13th from Bryant-Denny, a 3 p.m. Central Time kickoff in Tuscaloosa. ESPN has the call. This will not be streaming. Now that streaming nonsense. You got actual ESPN doing this. You got the commentary team of Dave Pash, Greg McElroy, and Molly McGrath will have the call there, 3 p.m. Central Time. But go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Do your thing in the comment section. Make this your show or this evening. A lot to get to. Now, also today, we're unleashing the commercial, the advertisement for the new podcast, The Way It Is. So episodes of that coming soon, coming this weekend, coming Sunday. So Sunday, we're dropping the first 2 new episodes of The Way It Is podcast. Now with this, you're getting never before heard stuff. You've never heard this from me before. I'm giving you stories of pearls of wisdom, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. You're getting never heard before stuff, people. So transparent stuff here. So The Way It Is, the podcast, we're dropping the first new episodes. It's coming out Sunday. So go ahead, get subscribed right now to TDA Plus. Get subscribed right now. Touchdown Alabama Magazine, TDA Plus, to be a part of The Way It Is podcast. You are not going to be disappointed with that. But, folks, we got a lot to talk about on today's show. You got Bama gearing up for the second scrimmage this weekend prior to the A-Day game. We got young defensive linemen stepping up for Alabama. I got a chance to talk to defensive players on Wednesday, and that was a good conversation right there. So we got that. And, of course, you got the Tide pushing strong here for this A-Day game, wanting to show you, the Alabama football fans, what it has in store. Also this Saturday, folks, Final Four, March Madness NCAA tournament. You got Bama UConn from Phoenix, Arizona. So have your TVs on that. Nate Oates, Bama men's basketball, trying to take down UConn in the 20th anniversary of the last time these two programs faced off. That was the 2004 Elite Eight, where UConn won and eventually went on to win the NCAA tournament. But this time around, you got the rematch of this in the Final Four. So that is Saturday. Check your TVs on that matchup between Bama and UConn. But right now, we're going to dive into your comments here to start the show. Here we go. We got Roll Tide and Rise Up with Roll Tide family. Appreciate Roll Tide and Rise Up helping us start in the show. Lakeith Williams writes in, Roll Tide to you, Lakeith. Absolutely. My guy, Ty Alexander, writes in, RTR, I really hope Steven is at the club again with the background. Well, Ty, we're bringing the background in soon, brand new one, which is going to give you even more of that vibe scene. We're having it worked on. We're having it stitched up. We're having it prepared. So it will not disappoint. So keep your eyes coming soon on the new background there. We got Jeremy Matthews with the RTR Roll Tide Roll family. Appreciate Jeremy Matthews getting us rocking and rolling here on a Friday. Lorenzo Anderson with the Roll Tide. Appreciate you, Lorenzo, helping us out there. Let's see here. Ty Alexander, no Magic City. I missed the club show. Ty, it's coming back. Don't worry. It's coming back. We're having a new background. It's going to be even more vibe. It's getting worked on. It's getting stitched up. We got our guys putting this thing together. Do not worry about that. Moon Raka giving us 3 strong emojis right there. Moon Raka, this is your first time in the show. Appreciate you, Moon Raka, helping us out right here. Ty says, I'll pay for the background. So Ty is going to pay. But there we go. We got some support there for the background. Eric Pinkney writes in, how is Keon doing? Keon Saab's doing well. Keon Saab is right now at that free safety spot in practice across from Malachi Moore. I have a transfer from Michigan doing well. And then Keon Keeley, the former 5-star, is working at that bandit position on the defensive line. Kane Womack, Freddie Roach wanting to turn that young man loose to affect the quarterback there. So both Keon Saab and Keon Keeley are performing well in practice. Ephraim Davis, ready? We ready. He referring to Bama for A-Day, but I think Ephraim is also referring to Bama men's basketball taking on UConn in the Final Four on Saturday. Really looking forward to watching Nate Oates and this men's basketball team do their thing. Jay the GOAT writes in, Roll Tide family. Appreciate Jay the GOAT helping us out there. My man Ty Alexander dropping that $9.99 in the super chats. He is starting a GoFundMe for the background. Man, y'all feeling the background. Man, I love that. Y'all are feeling the background. So Ty Alexander is starting the GoFundMe for the background. If you are feeling what my man Ty Alexander is feeling, that daily super chat go $100. Daily super chat go $100 right there to get that background pumped up there. So Ty Alexander is getting it in with us in terms of the background. Aaron McGuire with that roll, Todd. Appreciate Aaron McGuire helping us out right there. Ronald Thompson writes in, hey, are we still in the running for Zion Grady? I will get to Justin Smith on that. I believe Bama is still in the running for the young man out of Enterprise High School here in Alabama, but I'll get the details there from Justin Smith, our director of scouting and recruiting for TDA, who does an unbelievable job. I think Bama is still in the running there, Ronald, but I'll get those details there from Justin Smith just to be on the safe side there. All you guys are getting your thoughts in, absolutely. We got Moon Raka writes in, Steven, what are you hearing about the most mysterious situation in T-Town, the Parker Browsford saga? Well, apparently Browsford was spotted. He was spotted at practice today. I still feel I'm still going with what I was told by vetted sources, that he got beat out for the center position by James Brockermeyer. Now, does Browsford choose to stay? The fact that he was at practice today means positive, right? He could choose to stick around and stay. However, if he decides to hit the transfer portal, because a lot of athletes, they change their mind every day. If he decides to hit the portal, if that's his choice, then you still have the likes of Rock Montgomery that can play center. You got Rock Montgomery who can play the position. Casey Poe could play in that spot as well. He's got versatility, athleticism as well. So going to be interesting to see how this kind of boils down to it. But Parker Browsford, I saw little pictures on social media that he was at practice today. So that's a positive standpoint. But it got beat out there by James Brockermeyer. Brockermeyer is the starting center here for Alabama. Let's see here. Moon Rocker writes back in, same. Ty just had a little workout, feeling pumped right now. Roll Tide. So looks like Moon Rocker got him that workout in there. Definitely got him that workout in there. Moon Rocker writes back in one more time. He says, hold on. He writes back in. He says, yo, that's wild for him to have been beaten out in 2-3 weeks. Crazy. Way to go, Brock, I guess. I mean, Brock's a smart dude. He's highly intelligent. He's cerebral. He's put on weight. He's put on muscle. A guy that's been a part of his Alabama culture since 2021 when he came in as a 4-star from All Saints Episcopal High School in Fort Worth, Texas. So Brock's been here a long time. But teammates talk high of him, snaps a beautiful ball, snaps the ball well, is in tune with Jalen Milroe's cadence as a quarterback. So Brock's worked his tail off. And I mentioned this before, offensive line is a position where it takes time. You know, you rarely see that freshman that just comes around and dominates everything, right? You know, Big Andre Smith was first in 2006. You know, Cam Robinson came 8 years later in 2014. Then 2 years later, you had Jonah Williams at right tackle, but you just don't necessarily see that every day from a freshman. So offensive line is a position where you kind of have to grow your way into it. So kudos to Brock. I mean, he grew his way into it, and that's what you want to see, that competition. And here we go. Here we go here. Think about this. All of the coaches have talked about Moon Rocca all offseason. We want competition across the board. And to have that at center, when you got two really good guys going at it, and Brock just takes it, it just speaks to the competition. It's back at Alabama where it's competition all across the board there. Ty Alexander writes in, Steven, has Emmanuel Henderson cracked the starting rotation? They're talking a lot about him. He's the one, Todd, that's stepping up in the absence of Jalen Hale. People were high on Jalen Hale. They thought he would be a starter in this room at the X position at the top of the formation. But when Jalen got hurt, you have Emmanuel Henderson, E-Man's been tagged to step up because as much as we do want to see Hale back for the regular season, and I think we will get him back, Bama will get him back for the regular season, the growth that Emmanuel Henderson's made, you cannot overstate that. You cannot understate that. He's done a phenomenal job. He has cracked in to that rotation. E-Man's cracked in there. He's got the speed. He's got the burst. He's getting in and out of his breaks. His cuts a whole lot cleaner. The guy's football knowledge is right there. He's always been a dynamic athlete, but now all the tools have been put to the table where he is concerned. GT18 writes in, Brailsford's good, so speaks volumes for Brockermeyer. It does. It speaks high volumes for Brock. And once again for Brailsford, I mean, he could stay. He could very well stay and be the backup to Brock if he chooses that. If he chooses not to, then you got Rock Montgomery who can play center among some other guys. So there is that depth there. Moon Rocker writes in, look, we want all the competition we can handle at center. Look, look, for you as Bama fans, after what happened with Seth McLaughlin, and no offense to Seth, great young man, but the snapping issues that McLaughlin had last season, we're all like, look, just get somebody that can snap the football. I mean, competition, great, because it produces the best, but just get somebody that can snap the football with some type of confidence and regularity, right? And getting the cadence down with Jalen Milroe. That's the number one thing. As long as you can get somebody to snap the football with confidence and know what they're doing, getting the ball correctly to Jalen Milroe, that's all you want as the Bama fan base. That's all you want. So that's the big thing there. Money Main writes in, Steven, what are you seeing from Hurley, Brown, and Jalen Mbakwe? Jaleel Hurley's having a strong spring. Right now, Hurley is holding that corner spot, one of two, opposite Damani Jackson. Hurley's holding it, but Zabian Brown is dead on his heels. Zabian Brown, the freshman, is dead on Jaleel Hurley's heels. Hurley knows I can't slip up. I can't slip up because Brown's good. Zabian Brown's really good. Jalen Mbakwe's having a great spring also. Getting work in that secondary, doing well. But keep your eyes, Money Man, on Mbakwe possibly in that punt return role. Think about that. Mbakwe returned punts at Clay Chalkville High School. Just an explosive athlete. So don't be surprised if Mbakwe finds his way in that punt return role this upcoming season as well. But all three guys having a strong spring practice. Ephraim Davis with that $20 donation, dropping the love in there. Appreciate that from Ephraim, helping us out on the show. He writes in April 15th, 2024, need all my Bama family not to freak out. Portal will be open April 2015. Need all my Bama family not to freak out. So Ephraim doesn't want the Bama family freaking out because Bama, you may lose some guys, but you know Bama's going to also gain some guys when you talk about that NCAA transfer portal. Appreciate all of you guys getting your thoughts in on the show, getting your ideas in on the show, get into that chat line right here. But so as you guys are continuing to get your thoughts in, we're going to go quickly to our first comment here, our first topic here of the conversation. And so that goes to Bama is getting itself geared up for its second scrimmage set to happen here this weekend at Bryant-Denny on Saturday and, prior to the A-Day game. And so the second one, it's about getting more confidence, getting more ability out there, getting more guys to play fast, getting more guys to play physical, kind of ironing out a bit more things, to kind of the final dress rehearsal, if you will, almost, before you take yourself to the fan base, you guys at Bryant-Denny, where the players and the coaching staff is concerned. And one of the big things I'm going to be looking at is the number 2 spot behind Jalen Milroe at quarterback. Who can take a jump here in the second scrimmage? Because right now it's kind of neck and neck with Ty Simpson and Dylan Lornigan. So who can take that step between those two? Can Ty take that step and really put like a hold, a clamp on it? Or does Dylan Lornigan kind of really rise up and blow this thing out of the water here? So I'm looking at that number 2 spot behind Jalen. Also, could this be a situation where does Austin Mack rise up and take this? So that's interesting as well. Does Austin Mack sort of rise up and grab that number 2 spot? I know the coaching staff has mentioned this is his first spring practice, but he made some really good off-platform throws in the first scrimmage. So we'll see what happens. Another thing that I want to keep my eyes on is the offensive tackle position. Caden Proctor has not gotten on campus yet, right? So I know that the speculation was he's going to, leave Iowa, put his name in the portal, immediately come back to Alabama. Well, the leaving Iowa part, we know that to be true, but when does he put his name in the portal? That could happen April 15th when the portal opens back up. But while he's still away or trying to get this thing, coming to fruition here, you have guys at offensive tackle when you talk about Elijah Pritchett, Wilkin Formby, Miles McVay, Naquil Bertrand. You got several guys here at the offensive tackle position. And which one of these guys steps up and takes ownership of both tackle spots? That's what we're looking for. Which one of these guys can step up, take ownership? You also got to look at guys like Casey Poe and Joseph Ionata as well, who can step up, take ownership here at that left tackle and right tackle spots here in the second scrimmage. Another thing that I'm going to have my eyes on here is definitely the kicking aspect, right? Because we don't get a chance to see much of the kickers. I know we'll see that position live action during the A-Day game, but you definitely want to get information on, how is Connor Talty looking out there? Is he making kicks? Is he accurate with the kicks? If he has to kick into the wind, how successful is he doing that? Because you had 5 successful years with Will Reichert where you never had to worry about that. Every time number 16 was on the field, you knew Reichert was going to make every single kick, every single field goal. He gave you, as Bama fans, that type of confidence in him. So with him now came to the pros, the NFL draft, you got Connor Talty, who is talented. You have Connor Talty, who has a strong leg. You have Connor Talty, who has the ability, but can he give you the same level of consistency? Can he take away your worries and concerns the same way that Reichert was able to do. And that's something that we want to see here in this second scrimmage. And then last but not least, just for me, incorporating the tight ends, right? Incorporating the tight ends. How does Alabama do this here in the second scrimmage when you look at, getting CJ Dupree the ball, getting Danny Lewis Jr. the ball, getting Josh Cubas, the transfer from Washington, the ball, getting Ty Lockwood the ball, getting this tight end position. Robbie Oots getting the tight end position, the football, going to be there, something to look at and watch. And then if I had to give one more, of course, the defense in this 4-2-5 scheme on the defensive front, who's really starting to grow and rise individually on that defensive side of the football. The line is concerned, but Bama is gearing up for the second scrimmage of spring practice here on Saturday, that being tomorrow. Going to be interesting to see the news, notes, and nuggets here that we get from that. But we're going to take a break here on the show. When we get back, we dive in more into your comments, your conversations, your thoughts here. We'll get to those in the comment section. But as we take this break, there's a new show coming to TDA, and we got the commercial with you. Along with that is Alumni Hall, our partners at Midtown Village. We'll play that one as well. But we'll get to both of these commercials, and we'll get back to you guys right after this. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, I was right. Tied 102.9, now tied 100.9. Actually, dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, I was right. Tied 102.9, now tied 100.9. Actually, dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? I look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the goal. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never-before-seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? What's wrong? What's the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah, oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. Now, folks, did you like that commercial right there? That commercial right there, in terms of the new podcast, the way it is on TDA Plus, folks, episodes are coming out. Go ahead, get subscribed to Touchdown Alabama magazine. Go ahead, get you that subscription to TDA Plus. Episodes coming out Sunday. Sunday episodes coming out. The first two drop Sunday. Just never before heard stories. My 15 years covering the University of Alabama football program. You do not want to miss that. And of course, appreciate our partners there at Alumni Hall, Midtown Village, in T-Town, in Tuscaloosa. They got you guys squared away with all the gear there, getting you guys prepared for the A-Day game. So here we go. Here we go. We're back in here to the comment section, getting your thoughts here on the show. Get back into these comments. You guys are dropping your comments in. We appreciate all of this. We appreciate all of this. Here we go. Here we go. It's get your thoughts here. Continue to get your thoughts into the show here, and also hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Also, that daily super chat go, $100. Daily super chat go, $100 right there. We appreciate all of you. My man Damon Davis, Bama boy, riding in. What's good, Bama Nation? Just got back from getting my wife out of the hospital. Had a scare, but the Lord is good. Came through. Happy, Dame, that everything's okay with you and with your wife. Prayers to you and your family. Happy that everything is okay with you, Damon. Absolutely. So happy that everything is okay with Damon right there. And of course, all the people here in the chat line, the family here, Damon, praying for you and your wife and your entire family. Absolutely. So happy that support right there. Justin Summerlin writes in, no problem, bro. You know us Bama fans, guys stick together. That going back to Damon there. So Justin Summerlin showing that support there in the chat line. Ephraim Davis writes in, I try to support all the Bama channels because it's Bama baby. Everybody getting that Alabama news, whether it's football related, whether it's basketball related. The men's basketball team taking on UConn in the Final Four, that being Saturday. That's going to be outstanding. Damon Davis writes in, what's the word on the center from Washington? There was a sighting at the facility. Brassford was there. Parker Brassford was there. He was at the facility. He was at practice. Got beat out by James Brockermeyer for the starting center position, but he was at practice. He was there. So hopefully Parker stays on. Hopefully he sticks around. Hopefully he is able to bring that experience even as a backup. But once again, if he chooses to transfer, if he chooses to hit the portal, which we don't know if he's going to hit the portal, but if he chooses to make that decision, Bama's got other guys on the roster that can play center. However, Parker Brassford transferred from Washington. He was at practice today. He was spotted in practice today in Bama gear. So he was there. He was there. He was there. So that's the positive side of all of this. But continue with your thoughts here on the show. Appreciate you guys. Jeremy Matthews writes in, seen Roll Tide Willie at practice? Blitz, Bama blitz. Roll Tide Willie was there. He was at the most recent practice. He was there, talked to a few media members, got the team hyped up at practice. Saw he actually called out a defensive play for under defensive coordinator Kane Womack. So that was cool. And look, people, this has been a hot button topic on social media the last few days or so, the last couple of days, where you have some that look at this as a great thing by Kalen DeBoer, getting a social media star in to see these practices, getting a guy that, he vibes with these players on the team. He vibes with guys on the recruiting trail. You have people that solely kind of put the getting Ryan Williams, the 5-star wide receiver from Saraland High School, back on board and back committed to and signed to the University of Alabama. A lot of people credit Roll Tide Willie with that, and that's debatable. You can credit him with that. but you have some people that go, well, this is awesome. This is great. You're vibing out with the kids. You're getting the new recruits on board. This is a brand new age, a brand new way to play the game of football, a brand new way to connect with people. You got to be in tune with the times, and Kalen DeBoer is doing it his way. And then you have others that look at this as, this is awful, this is terrible. What would Nick Saban think about this? Saban wouldn't have it this way. It's too much access. We're giving out too much sauce. We're allowing too many folks in here. This isn't good. So you're getting it from both sides. But here's my stamp on this. Nick Saban did things his way, all business, for 17 years. And it produced results. It produced 6 national championships. It produced 9 Southeastern Conference titles. It produced over 100 players in the NFL draft. It produced several top-ranked recruiting classes. It produced a lot. For 17 years, you had a coach that was not in tune with social media. In 17 years, you had a coach that wasn't even down with texting people on a cell phone. So for 17 years, you had a coach that was just strictly on-field business, no social media whatsoever, and it produced great results, right? It produced a winning culture. So now here is Kalen DeBoer, to whom he's going to continue to build on the success that Nick Saban brought in here, but he's also going to do it his way. And if his way involves adding social media, if his way involves, bringing in guys like Roll Tide Willie, if his way involves, making videos in practice and sending those out to recruits to enhance the recruiting trail, that's his way. And if that brings forth national titles, if that brings forth Southeastern Conference championships, if that brings forth top-ranked recruiting classes, if that brings forth putting several guys in the NFL draft, including first-round picks, then his way works too. We just have to see, how does this pan out, right? We have to see, how does this pan out? Yes, it's new and it's different, and a lot of times what's new and what's different is immediately met with pushback, is immediately met with a little bit of friction, but we have to see if the newness works. We got to see that first off. I just want to give my thoughts on that, Jeremy, because I've seen it from both sides. I've seen it from both angles. It's something, man. We got here Shadow Jackson with the Roll Tide. Appreciate you, Shadow, helping us out here on the show. Let's see here. Moon Rocker writes in, man, it's time for these Saban era stories. Moon Rocker, get yourself subscribed to touchdownalabama.com. Go to TDA Plus. We're rolling out The Way It Is, an exclusive podcast. My 15 years covering Bama football, I'm giving you exclusive stories. You've never heard me say these. You've never heard me tell these. So TDA Plus, get there right there. Get your subscription. The episodes are coming out Sunday. Starting Sunday, we're dropping the fresh episodes right there. Let's see. Continue your thoughts here on the show. Absolutely. Here we go. Damon Davis, right, seeing Stephen M. Moving on up like George and Wheezy to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on to George. Moving up to George and Wheezy. You can call that George and Wheezy. You can comment like yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can say that. So Damon, I appreciate that. We could definitely say that. We can continue with your thoughts here in the call in the chat line here. Let's see here. Damon Davis writes back in. Maybe now Coach DeBoer will let the players wear all crimson or all black uniforms. Saban wanted to keep it traditional. We'll see what becomes of the uniforms. I don't see much of a change there, but we'll see what becomes of it. Maybe there could be a change, maybe not. We shall see, but we're definitely seeing music being played at practice. We're definitely seeing social media stars like Roll Tide Willie on the field, on the practice field. We're definitely seeing new things happen. We're seeing new things involve. We're seeing new things ensue. So absolutely. Folks, give me a minute here in the live. Give me just 1 second here. We're going to go to a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Just give me just a second here. Hold on. Give me a moment. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. All right, folks, Alumni Hall right there, the place where you can get all of your gear right there at Alumni Hall. We got to get this camera back on. There we go. Alumni Hall right there. Check out our partners. You can get all of that gear at Alumni Hall. We're back. I had to take that quick short commercial break, but we're back in here, and we're back to get more of your comments here on the show. Let's see. Continue to roll down these comments here. We'll take this one. Oh, hold on. We're going to go to this one. Moon Rocker writes in, Steven couldn't afford the apartment in the sky after all. Well, hold on. We can get that apartment in the sky still. We can get that apartment, Moon Rocker, in the sky still. We can still get that. We're working on that. We can definitely still get that. Let's see here. Jeremy Matthews writes in, it's a new culture at Alabama. It is new culture. You got the Kalen DeBoer era of the Kalen DeBoer culture. He's doing things his way. He's operating things in his way, how he sees fit to do that. So it's a new era. It's a new culture. Got to get with it here. Definitely got to get with it here. So, I mean, for him, he's going to make sure that things are done the right way there. But appreciate everything that he's been able to do so far, from recruiting to getting the practice stuff done to getting the staff in here. So it's good. It is good. You always got to get those keychains, Aaron McGuire, those University of Alabama keychains. Get them in. Godfather of the SEC. I mean, Waylon Willie is a legend in his own mind. He is. I mean, Roll Tide Willie is a legend in his own mind. And of course, like I mentioned, some people like this. Some are like, no. This is not what Nick Saban would do. But, I mean, the new coach, new theme, new era. Let's see, can this produce wins? Let's see, can this produce championships? If it's producing wins, and if it's producing championships, then the era definitely worth it. But we're going to get into right now topic 2 of the conversation here. Going to hit this one, and it's the young defensive linemen that are starting to step up here for the Crimson Tide. And I go back to Wednesday, getting the conversation with Damon Payne of the redshirt junior out of Michigan. He mentioned Jordan Renaud and Curtis Perry. Curtis Perry, who came in as an electric, disruptive defensive lineman from Pike Road High School, and then Jordan Renaud, who came out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Both of these two have flipped the switch. Both of these two have turned it up. Both of these two have gotten better. And specifically, Jordan Renaud, right? At every practice I've been to so far from media viewing, Freddie Roach and Jamie Mosley have said Jordan Renaud's name almost every single time. The way he's able to come out of his hips, strike out of his hips, attack the play, attack the gap, knife his way into the backfield, create havoc, create plays, make some stuff happen. Jordan Renaud is in this rotation, guys. He's going to get playing time. He's going to get playing time. I mean, Curtis Perry has gotten better as well in the pass rush, in the affecting the quarterback, also in the stopping the run, because we know in this 4-2-5, your 4 down linemen, those guys have got to be able to stop that run. So Curtis Perry, Jordan Renaud, according to Damon Payne, they've both stepped up. They've both gotten better. They've both flipped the switch. Now, of course, your main starters up front defensively, you're looking at your T.M. Smiths, your T.M. Keenans, your Jaheim Otises, your Jamarian Lathams. Those guys are your veteran guys. They've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and they continue the whole thing. So those are your main guys. When you look at Jordan Renaud, when you discuss Curtis Perry, those are young names rising into the fold, stepping up, creating havoc, being disruptive up front, getting to the quarterback, making plays, also stopping the run. So that's good there coming from Damon Payne, these young players stepping up here on the defensive line. And I've said this before, this is a huge year for Freddie Roach to show everybody he's got those dudes that can create havoc. He's got those dudes that can make plays. He's got those dudes that can harass the quarterback and stop the run, that can create those sacks. He's got them. He's got them. It's just now turning them loose, letting them do their thing, getting into the backfield and causing havoc back there. But good to hear from Damon Payne that guys like Jordan Renaud and guys like Curtis Perry are making those types of plays there, affecting the quarterback, getting it done on the field. But it is awesome seeing that. We're going to go to another break here. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we jump back into the comment section, getting your thoughts here on the show. But for right now, we're going to play back the commercial here for the Way It Is podcast. New show, new thing coming. The Touchdown Alabama magazine via TDA Plus. Get that subscription because I'm giving you never heard stories. 15 years covering Bama football as this rolls out Saturday. But here's that commercial. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, and I was right. Tied 102.9, now tied 100.9. Actually dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? I look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the goal. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never before seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? Like, what's wrong? What was the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. I mean, if that don't get you ready to go, I don't know what will. So, TDA Plus. Right there, touchdownalabama.com. Get that subscription. The Way It Is podcast, never heard before stories of the Nick Saban era. My 15 years covering this. Go to TDA Plus. We're dropping episodes Sunday. So get subscribed now. Sunday, the episodes are coming out, and you're going to be highly entertained when these episodes come out. So appreciate all of the guys at TDA helping out and getting this done. John Ivory, our outstanding show producer, Eli Walker, our associate producer. Those two put in a lot of work and getting this out along with me. So be a part of that. The way it is going to be huge right there. Ephraim Davis comes back with another $20 donation. Writes in, we appreciate you. Stephen M. Smith, appreciate you, Ephraim, helping us out here with the show. My man Waylon, Godfather of the SEC, writing in the way it is. Absolutely, Waylon, that's the show right there to be a part of that. He also writes in TDA Plus, absolutely. Ask Bama Girl 26. Got to take TDA everywhere I go, even on vacation. Roll Tide. That's support right there. She taking TDA on the road with her. That's marquee support right there. Ask Bama Girl 26. Definitely appreciate that support there. GT18 writes in, Steven, looking forward to that. So TDA Plus, guys. TDA Plus, touchdownalabama.com. Go to touchdownalabama.com right now. Get subscribed to TDA Plus. You are getting the way it is right there. Never heard before stories. The imagery, the detail, it's clearer than HD. So go in there, get those stories. Go in there, get subscribed. So Sunday, you can get those stories. Also, you check out TDA Plus. My guy Justin Smith and Dexter Tolbert, or Dexter Wright, excuse me, Justin Smith, Dexter Wright, they got the Justin and Dex podcast in terms of recruiting. Great stuff right there. So check out Justin and Dex, that podcast where it breaks down all things recruiting. That's fun. That's awesome. Get that as well. Get that as well. Absolutely. Justin and Dex, and then also in my own word, also the way it is here. Don Parker writes in, thank you, Stephen, for all you have done with TDA. It's been fun. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. It's been phenomenal. Been outstanding. But definitely check out the way it is podcast coming to you Sunday with the episodes coming in. Let's see here. Don Parker writes in with that $5 donation, DP, helping us out there. Shout out to Roll Tide Willie, Blitz, Bama Blitz. Roll Tide Willie was at practice. Several media guys were able to see him. Got a chance to see him as well, but didn't get the picture taken there, but did get a chance to see Roll Tide Willie and Chad and the whole Blitz, Bama Blitz gang right there. And they were out there on the practice field, popping up a team. And, of course, Willie got a chance to call out a play there with Coach Kane Womack. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go. Can't wait, Stephen M. Smith. So that's Ask Bama Girls 26 there. Can't wait for the podcast there. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so it's pronounced from. So the E is silent. Okay, I thought the E wasn't silent, but the E is silent from Davis. Okay, gotcha now. So it's from Davis. From Davis there with the E silent. So now I know from. Now I know. Appreciate that. Now I know. But good to know right there. So got that piece of information stored in the memory banks from here on out from Davis. So we get into the final topic here of conversation on tonight's show, and I appreciate all of you guys for rocking with us, being patient with us throughout this entire process on this evening, getting that new ad to you, that new commercial to you for TDA Plus for the new show and things of that nature. Alabama is pushing strong here for the A-Day game that is next week at Bryant-Denny, 3 p.m. Central Time in Tuscaloosa. You got ESPN on the call here for the matchup, and we're all looking forward to this. So it's going to be exciting just to watch the players step up on the field, who emerges at each position, who can capture our attention at each position, and then most importantly, who do we put down for the MVP of a spring game, the best lineman of a spring game. Gonna be fun to watch the philosophy of the coaches, Coach DeBoer, Coach Nick Sheridan, Coach Jamarcus Shepard from an offensive perspective, Coach Womack, Coach Freddie Roach, Coach Christian Robinson, Coach Mo Linguist, Coach Hitzler from a defensive mindset. Going to be awesome to watch this A-Day game. And just for you, the Bama fan base, and I'll ask this question again going into next week, but for right now, what is your attention solely focused on the most when you look at this upcoming spring game? A lot of you are going to say, Steven, I want to see it all. I'm ready for it all. I'm looking forward to it all. But if you had to put your finger definitely let me know that here in the chat line, because I want to get your thoughts here on what you want to see out of this A-Day game, because I'm looking forward to seeing the offensive line, looking forward to seeing the defensive players stepping up out there, the wide receiver room, and who's getting that number one spot there in that wide receiver room. Though right now, Kobe Prentice is doing a fantastic job. Looking forward to seeing Caleb Odom, how he plays as a wide receiver in the spring game. That's going to be fun right there. My eyes will be on the defensive secondary of a young guy stepping up there in that position. So my eyes will be focused on a lot of things there. But the Tide is pushing strong here for this A-Day game. It is going to be something. It is going to be something. You got to enjoy it. You got to have fun with it. And you come out with expectations, but are your expectations really high in terms of the A-Day game? I definitely want to get your thoughts on that there. What are your expectations here? Damon Davis writes in, I want to see Milroe's progressions. That's a big thing there. How does Jalen Milroe go through the progressions there? There you go. There you go. There you go. That's a good one. Let's see here. Moonrocker writes in, I want to see how this defense is against the run. That's a good one. Want to see the defense against the run. Damon Davis writes back in, and the defense, if it's nasty, you want to see that defense out there taking people's heads off, playing with their hair on fire. Don Parker writes in, just some thoughts on A-Day. Enjoy it. I'm not passing judgment on this team yet. I need to see how they perform in games. Right. You got to see how this team performs on the field in actual games. Absolutely. But the A-Day game, as always, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's good for the fans to get a chance to see their team up front, up close and personal, to get those early ideas, to get those early thoughts, to get those early envisions here of the Alabama football team. But folks, that's going to do it here for this edition of In My Own Words, folks. Yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. As always, you want the best in news, notes, information, coverage on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out: iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. The good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'll try to be back on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Want to appreciate all of you, the Bama fans, for the donations, the YouTube texting, the conversations, the energy, the support that you have provided with us, making us your show, your spot, your network, your avenue to talk all things Crimson Tide football. As always, folks, go to touchdownalabama.com. Go to touchdownalabama.com. Do that right now. Get that subscription right now. Touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. We're rolling out the way it is. New podcasts, never before heard stories. They're dropping Sunday. So right now, get yourself subscribed to touchdownalabama.com to be a part of watching and checking out the new podcast. As always, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, you guys continue doing the right thing, fun thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. You get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen Smith. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the Final Four tomorrow night between Bama and Bama and UConn, between Bama and the Huskies of UConn. Till next time, folks, you've been listening to In My Own Words.